Who knew one virus could shut down the world? We are just one city out of many being affected by the coronavirus, COVID-19. But we aren't just a city. We are a community.
Wait, does this mask make me sound weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chronicles, Celestial Thomas here, and welcome back to another show. Thank you for joining us again in this solitude. Thank you. We have a very special guest with us today who will be talking about the future of entertainment for what we are enduring right now, COVID-19. Of course, that is the hot topic. What else can we do? But Mr. Matthew Tomozic, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm so well, thank you. Tell us a little bit about who you are, Mr. Matthew.
I'm Matthew Ghost Tomozic. Ghost is my nickname. Everybody I work with in the film industry knows me as Ghost. And there's a fun story behind that, but that's not right now. I am the president, aka the CEO of Garage Studio Production Services up here in Yuba City, California. I primarily work in the film industry as a gaffer. I'm also a producer and director, and I work for BCM Films and Eden Film Studios and the Artist Collective. The thing is I work very closely as a gaffer. I work very closely with what it's called the director of photography, basically the head of the camera department. So we have to work side by side, looking at the monitor, at the same monitor, and making decisions. So entertainment industry is all about collaboration and working together. So yeah.
You can't do it by yourself,
Nope.
guys. We need specialists in every area, so thank you for your services. Now, Mr. Matthew let's start from the beginning. COVID-19, you guys all know what we are doing here on Chronicles, which is basically highlighting the circumstances that we are all facing amidst this very unprecedented time in our history, in our present, but will soon be our history, hopefully shortly. But we've featured a whole bunch of people, an array from real estate to we've covered a lot of people, cooks and restaurants, and
So you've done
I had a brain
bunch of
fart.
entertainment people.
Just whatever people.
I know your list better than you do.
Now, TV production, which is something that I'm a part of. I myself had a play that I was just doing with Celebration Arts before all of this had ended. We were featuring The Bluest Eye, and we had to cut our production short by half. So that
Yes, that's right, you did.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bluest Eye, yes. And it was a very lovely production, and I am hoping that in all of this chaos that they can survive. But what we've been talking about, Mr. Matthew, please expound. Oh, and also, before I move on to that, because I just like to jump ahead, you have actually been personally affected by this in your family by COVID. Tell me a little bit about that.
My daughter, Serena, she lives up in Reno. She's a UNR grad, and she's working on her master's. And she was working for a foster care home where basically foster kids go to this facility before they're placed into foster homes. And one of her coworkers got infected by COVID-19, and my daughter was tested. Finally got her testing last Friday. Got the results of her test on Friday, and she came back positive. So actually talking to my daughter Serena, that she was actually sick with she described it a really bad cold before her diagnosis. So over the last few days, she was starting to feel better, and then I was texting with Serena this afternoon, and the first thing she goes is, "Dad, I am feeling great." So I think my daughter is out of the woods on this COVID-19, and we're all really happy about it. I know I can breathe a little bit easier. It was kind of a tough several days, worrying about my daughter, being 2.5 hours away up in Reno. But she had people with her. I mean, she had people taking care of her and making sure she was drinking, hydrating and whatnot. So we didn't worry about that. We knew she was being taken care of. So
now I would like to talk to you because you have such experience in the field of both regular entertainment and live entertainment, which you can also expound on. But he has over 30 years of experience in this game, and I would like to hear a little bit about your thoughts of how things can go after this.
Like we were discussing earlier, there's really, I break it up into 3 segments. There's the film industry, there's live entertainment, which means concert tours, bars, bars that host live music, that whole sector. And then you have your theater side, which is Broadway, community theater, and regional theater. As a film person, I'm already scheduling work. The film industry, we're going to get back to work real fast. I have 3 or 4 projects within various, my company and various companies that we stopped. And it's kind of like, you stop your performances, but you're not going to continue.
Yes.
We're in the middle, or some were in the middle of filming and some were in towards the end of filming. But we're just going to pick up. But the difference between what happened 2 months ago on set and what's going to happen now on set is all the protocols that the producers is going to be instilling on us. Face masks, bringing our own food, because normally we have craft services on a film set, but because of cross-contamination and all that, we are bringing our own food, our own drinks, our own water, social distancing, of course. Yeah, and the list goes on and on. No hugging, no handshakes, no touching, basically. So it's this. We're still going to have fun and do our job, but it's going to be a little more restricted.
And you said you had to reduce your crew as well.
Yeah, we're reducing. We're reducing our crew just so we're not exposing or possibly exposing. Like instead of 30 people, we're only trying to expose like 20 people. But if you can cut 10 people out of it, and this is, of course, is an example. If we can, not have 10 people there, instead of me having, 2 or 3 grips, I'll only have 1.
Yes.
Which means we all have to work harder. That's all it means. Instead of having, the makeup artist having an assistant, that assistant gets cut. Now that's in an independent film situation. Broadway, they're already saying 3 months before we have a show, before any of those theaters will open on Broadway in New York. You've got to bring all your actors back in. You've got to bring all your crew back in, and they're all union. They're all union. They got to be healthy. They got to be tested. The equipment's got to be fixed. There's going to be check after check after check, and all this equipment, especially the complicated shows, stuff that has, moving stages and, such huge mechanical. Like Phantom of the Opera, as an example, takes an entire week to put into a theater on tour. It's all about coordination, especially on Broadway. It's rehearsals. Are they going to have to replace actors? These shows have to basically come back together. It's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of time for the live entertainment, which includes theater, to come back together. I know that a lot of shows have actually been rehearsing via Zoom. I work for an organization called the Artist Collective, which basically originally started out with playwrights and screenwriters and actors, and myself as a technician. We're going to be live casting plays and script readings and other things that has to do with the Artist Collective.
What I love about this platform with Chronicles is that I've spoken to so many amazing individuals who are so innovative and so proactive that they are stopping what seems bleak and turning it into something very hopeful. And in any species, I think the human species can certainly adapt to this current situation, which is how we evolve and how we maintain and sustain our human species. And I am seeing that in such brilliant people such as yourself, Mr. Matthew, and I appreciate you for sharing your story. And as he, just in summation, guys, like he said, the film industry will definitely be okay, but live entertainment, and he mentioned things like NASCAR, theater, but things that we don't even really think about, the zoo, which you mentioned as well, and those are things that are going to be affected by what is happening right now. And so however they hope to adapt, if they do and can, I hope that all of you guys can support, because it is very true. Art is something that we don't exactly put as a priority. It's not essential, but for our spirit and for our minds that are always in this kind of materialistic reality, there's no sense of adventure and no imagination. And that's what we need these lovely people for. And I hope that a lot of these beautiful places that have shaped me as an artist can survive, and that we can come together as the community with optimism and graciousness and not sustainability. I was looking for a word, but it slipped me. I was getting so
actually very well said.
Thank you.
Very well said.
That was summation. But for yourself, Mr. Matthew, is there anything else? You had a great saying that actually drives what you do. I don't know how it can tie into this, but I'm sure you can.
Okay, I'm just going to just come out with it.
Yeah.
Basically, and I've been known for this even when I was basically a technical director in theater, or like a master electrician, which is it's kind of like a gaffer. So basically, they're all in charge of the electric and lighting in the theater. Is I used to carry this tool bag. It was big. We used to call it. They started calling it the Mary Poppins bag because somebody go, "Hey, Ghost, you got?" I'm like, hold it. Okay, now it's graduated from a bag about yay big to a 12-foot box trailer. So people ask me, "Why do you carry so much stuff?" And I simply say, because you never know.
You never know. I hope that you can pull something out of your 12-foot box trailer, but I say sleeve because it sounds better.
Yeah, that bag of mine used to be heavy.
I can only imagine scoliosis was in your future.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, no, when you'll have to come out on set sometime.
Of course.
Or come up and I'll show you the trailer, because when it gets really packed like a NASCAR hauler, it really does.
Well,
everything's got a place. And
hopefully you can make room for a 21st person. I'll make sure to keep social distance. I just want to see how it's done. I'm so fascinated. These people are amazing, and what they can do. And in post-production, you just see all the magic come alive, and that's just the beauty of artistry.
Yeah, it's really funny because I am not an editor. Like, oh, you can edit. I don't edit. Well, so, what I didn't tell you though is I've been a photographer since college.
Wow.
And so I've been a digital photographer for about 20 years.
Wow.
Since Robin and I got married. So I've always been really good at what they call color correction. It's when you take it's basically a digital negative. Yeah. And you massage the colors and the contrasts and So I actually had a friend of mine down in Stockton. He's like, I'm really having a problem with this photo. He was putting a website together. So he sent it up to me. 20 minutes later, I'm like, send it back down to him. He goes, can you tweak this and this? And he's like, I'm so sorry. I mean, but can you like tweak the blue and tweak this? Like, yeah, send it back. All right, I'll fix it. So it took me a couple times. He was like apologizing, like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, dude, it's not ever right the first time. So I finally sent it back to him, and I didn't hear from him. I'm like, Craig? Oh yeah, it's on the website. It's great.
Now he did a podcast too, talking about the color gradiency and how important it is in films. And my boyfriend, he does directing, so he
good.
we watched the what is it, Little Women, this the film that just came out, and they if you guys know anything about color grading and understanding how it affects the mood, I didn't really see it, but he saw it right away. He's like, they did such a beautiful job doing it.
Well, it's funny about Little Women.
Yes.
One of the things I didn't bring up to you is this is one of the other projects I'm working on. This is something kind of going with this whole COVID thing, really, is I spent 20 years as a technical director at a private Christian high school.
Wow.
Drama department. With the same director for 20 years. Well, I got busy doing other stuff, so I kind of left the program. And so last fall, because I heard my old director retired. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, then you like, okay, what happened to the program? So we were an award-winning program, and blah 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 blah. Okay, so I got this email like back in like September, October from this woman. I'm like, who are you? And so she goes, hey, I know you used to work with the former director. I am the new drama teacher director for the school. I'm like, okay, cool. So I met with her, and we love her to death. Her name's Kirsten. Great woman, very talented. So we did our Miss Brooks for fall. So she decided we were going, what are we going to do for spring?
Yes.
So we were tossing some ideas around it because we're basically the program is starting over. So we decided to do the play Little Women. Okay. So we were already in rehearsal. We're in rehearsal. I'm not, honestly, people could probably hate me for saying this, but I really don't like it. I did a musical about 5 years ago.
It's hard to follow. Don't worry about it.
And I was there every night. So okay, I'll suck it up, and so I'm like, hey, cool. Then this is what we're gonna do, because they have really old lighting. So I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to bring in all my new lighting, all my LED lighting, state of the art, computerized board, the whole 9 yards. So we were going to do it right. So we were in rehearsals, and then it happened. So we're like, and Kirsten would not give up on these students. And this is what I love about this woman. She would not give up. Because they were still running school. I mean, they were not in school, but they were still, virtual learning, whatever they call it. So we come up with a couple different ways. One of the ways we were going to do, we were kind of do like the Brady intro, the Zoom.
Yes.
But what we were going to do is we were going to film each character doing their lines in a separate, just a little, torso shot.
Yes.
But in character, in costume, in makeup, blah blah blah. Basically, the school board for the private schools, they said no, because of all the social distancing, and didn't want the kids to be on blah blah. So we're like, okay. So what we're doing now is each student is reading a chapter of an abridged book of Little Women. And I got invited to do a chapter. So I'm doing a chapter. And so Kirsten asked me, well, do you know any alumni from the program? I'm like, yeah, I know a few. So I got a hold of a couple, and so we're having alumni coming back.
Wow.
To work on this. So we're going to do an audiobook of Little Women.
Awesome.
And I got to have it done by Friday. I got to do my chapter done by Friday.
Yay!
So no, it's oops, here's my mic. No, so that's one way we were able to just wrap this all up and get it all done. And, looking forward to fall with them. And matter of fact, Kaylee Papinga, who's an alumni, actually I'm hooking up with V. He's a singer.
Wow.
So hopefully we'll get she has a stage name, but hopefully Kaylee will be on Access Sacramento. So yeah.
Love collaboration. I love it. And as you guys can tell throughout this interview, Mr. Matthew has an extensive resume. He kept pulling things. Oh, you didn't know this and you didn't know that. I'm like, obviously, Matthew.
I'm also a classically trained chef.
Lord in heaven. I saw that on the resume. I was like, what does this guy not do? I don't know.
And I get that a lot. What don't you do? No, see, as an artist, and I'm an artist in the truest sense, and this is the truth, is artists get bored very easily if they're not, like right now, this whole time being down, I still have work to do, I got, but at one point I went, I'm done doing it. But I got bored real fast. But artists get bored really fast.
This is the truth.
Yeah, and the thing is, theater people and film people are foodies, right?
True. I mean, we were a restaurant.
So honestly, I've been cooking since I was like 12.
Wow.
So, like, I always say this, it's like if I wanted a juicy pork chop, I had to cook it myself because my mother baked it to death. But no, I went to culinary school late in life. I was between jobs and blah, blah, blah. And, so I went to American River College and great culinary program. I don't know how it's going to be for the next semester or so. That's hands-on. There's no way you can do that virtual. But no, it's really funny. It's what I love about working in the entertainment industry or the entertainment family is we all love food. We all love good whiskey, wine, vodka. We're all drinkers. There's nothing like at the end of a 12 or 14-hour day, and you're handing the plastic Solo cups around and you're pouring just a little bit.
I definitely need to be on your set, Matthew.
It's and there's nothing like it though. But it's like on all my sets and all the sets that I've ever worked, pretty much every set I've ever worked on, no alcohol. It's you wait. There's too much can happen.
Yes.
But no, it's what I love about the entertainment family is you really build relationships. And it's like when I saw all my friends in the live side, getting laid off, and because I knew where they were headed, and it hurt me. It really hurt me because these people are longtime friends. 20, almost 30 years on some of them. Some of these major companies. Lighting companies and sound companies, and they just have no work. And now the good thing is, and I didn't mention this before, but because this is political season, I didn't learn this until I worked for Sacramento Theatrical Lighting, that the one company, BP Productions, does a lot of political stuff. Rallies, not he won't do any Trump rallies because he's a Democrat. And then that's a long story. But basically, because everything that's going to be happening up until November, that red and white bunting and stages and all that, that's where it all comes from. It comes from the lighting companies. It comes from the sound companies. So my friend Bill, who owns BP Productions, he'll make probably a little bit of money just from political. So that's a good point, is that we are an election year. Being in Sacramento, there's a lot of political events that happen. So hopefully, Bill and a couple other companies will pick up some of that. So yeah. So hey, I have really enjoyed this. I hope is my lighting okay? Actually, because I got one of my theater lights, one of my film lights right here.
I need to set up my studio in here. I just I'm just like the person in my brain. I'm just like, we're gonna get out of this soon. Don't you worry. But I have to be a realist. But I will set up this studio so that
you just need a ring light.
Yeah, a ring
and we'll
light.
talk about that later.
Yeah, for
sure.
No,
I have thoroughly enjoyed this time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew Tmozik. And you have a Facebook, Instagram. How can they connect with you?
If you look up Garage, now I have a unique thing, and I really want to plug this. Mm-hmm. If you look up Garage Studio Production Services, you'll get my page.
Okay.
which is just really strictly business information, and some fun stuff. But if you look up Garage Studio and Lost Art Cinema is the producing side of my company. That is my Facebook group. It's for everybody in entertainment, not just my company. I share audition notices. I share all kinds of education stuff, lighting and sound and you name it, writing. I have a lot of friends that are writers, but I share just all this entertainment info in my group. There's over 1,400 members in the group. It's one of the largest in the Sacramento area, and I just keep it packed full of just stuff. It's for everybody. It's for film, theater, live, and actors, technicians, directors, producers. It's for everybody. And it's funny.
That group was called again on Facebook, Garage Studio.
If you look up Garage Studio, don't leave the rest of it off. You'll find it.
Garage Studio on Facebook, guys,
Yep.
and for any type of
Anybody in the
free
entertainment
education.
industry.
Free education. Come
Yep.
on.
It's
You
free
can't beat it.
education and information, like all these articles we've been talking about, from the UK and from down south with the IATSE, and I share all that stuff in there. That way, everybody has it.
Well, I appreciate you and your altruism and your proactivity, and I wish you much success, Mr. Matthew.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing all of the things that you mentioned. I don't know if you want to plug any of those as well, but what you're going to be doing in the future under a new so people look out for him, Facebook, Instagram, Garage Studios, Facebook group, but his extensive resume will speak for itself, and I just thank you very much for indulging in this conversation with me. So
Thank you.
Thank you. So Corona Chronicles, again, Celestial Thomas here, Mr. Matthew Tomozik. We will see you guys on the next episode. Have a very safe and lovely week. Bye.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Corona Chronicles. I'm Alma Leyva here, your host. As the global pandemic known as COVID-19 continues to take over our lives and keep us in quarantine, we have seen that every time there is a need, there are many community members stepping up to fill it. The stories we have collected are those that are the most inspiring, most humanitarian, and full of love. In times of so much negativity, we take pride in bringing you some joy, letting you know that there are people coming together to help those in need. Let's take a look at our latest story. Hello, SacTown Corona Chronicles. Alma Leyva here, and I am with an amazing local owner, designer, and entrepreneur, Miss Samantha Waugh-Layden. Hi, Samantha. How are you?
Yes, hello. How are you, Alma?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good.
Glad that we can, resume some kind of normalcy with social distancing guidelines in place. So tell me a little bit. I know that you have a boutique in Sacramento.
Yes, we have a boutique, and my boutique is an online boutique. We have a website. It's called theunlimitedfashions.com, and that's fashions with an S. I'm also open only by appointment.
Okay. So she's still open, but by appointment only.
Yes, Unlimited Fashion. And you can look at my Facebook page to see a lot of my garments.
Awesome.
See my beautiful fashion.
So we can shop online, give her a call, and head out and say, "Hey, Samantha, I'm ready. I know what I want."
That's right.
Awesome. And then how has this COVID-19 situation affected how you do your business normally? Because I know you do a lot of fashion shows.
Yeah, I do a lot of fashion shows. We do pop-up events. So all the fashion shows were canceled. All the pop-up events were canceled. So it did have an impact on my business. Yes, it did. People are, in the beginning, they were cautious about shopping because there's no place to go. Now people are starting to shop because things are opening up. They have places to go. But basically, the state of California shut down, all the stores shut down, all the malls shut down, some of the retail stores, so I'm included in that. And it was just really strange just to not hear my phone ring and to get a lot of orders.
Yeah.
But I know we're living in a time where we have to adapt, we have to adjust. And I'm thankful that I started making masks because it replaced my income.
And how did that idea happen?
Because I saw there was a need. And when there's a need, you have to fill it.
Absolutely.
And there was an urgent need on top of it being a need. So I started making a mask and people just started calling.
Beautiful. And I see that you've stayed true to your beautiful, colorful prints. I love the fabric you use. Your fabric is like very high quality. And you have so many different designs for people to choose from, which can match to any outfit, basically.
Yes.
And I know some of them already sold out, but I saw there was like a denim one you have.
Yes.
And basically so many different prints. And those are also available?
Yes, they are.
On Facebook or on...
On Facebook, it's best to call or text me.
Okay.
You can call me 916-410-1664. Also, you can go to my Facebook page and you can see the different colors and the different prints, and my contact information is there. So call in or text is best.
Awesome. And also, I know that a lot of people have a lot of anxiety right now. So how do you think that, what kind of advice or suggestions do you have for people that are maybe feeling a little down right now because of the situation?
Well, I would encourage people to stay busy. You know, I believe in the 7 disciplines, the 7 spiritual disciplines. If you can keep your 7 spiritual disciplines in place, it's very important. And the 7 disciplines I use to keep myself motivated: always have a strong prayer life, listen to the word, whether it's on TV, YouTube, internet, so listening to the word, attending Bible study at your local church, even if it's a virtual Bible study, just staying connected with your pastor. Listening to gospel music, very important. Listening to gospel music. Fasting is very important. Have a strong fasting life. And also, just speaking the word out loud. When you're not doing anything, speak the word out loud and just hear the word. When you hear the word, you're going to get a really good feeling. It's really going to vibrate in your spirit. So speaking the word to yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very important. And also being around other Christians, I think is very important.
Being with like-minded individuals.
Like-minded.
That spread positivity, right?
Exactly. And when I say be around other Christians, you can also be around other people, other religions, as long as you'll have, similar, beliefs, because I believe we serve one God. So it doesn't always have to be a Christian. It can be a Muslim. It could be, whatever, a Catholic.
Someone with strong faith.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's good to be around like-minded people.
I agree with that, absolutely. I love your fashion, especially because they have so much color. And I feel that color is so important in making us happy.
Yes.
Because they actually do, there's studies that have been made that different colors change the way people feel. Even, you walk in a room and there's a red light, you're going to feel something different than if you go in a room and there's like a pink light or whatever. So I think that your beautiful colors are very representative of your idea of positivity and spreading, happiness. In the end, I think that women that wear your clothes look vibrant and happy and approachable. Like, I want to know where she got that clothes.
Right.
So what do you think is going to be the future of your business? Do you see yourself making masks in the future as well, and starting to combine that with your fashion more?
Yes. I see the future of masks. I see the masks, people wearing masks for at least the next 6 months. My hope and my prayer is that we don't have to wear masks. My hope and prayer is that I don't have to sell masks, because if I don't have to sell masks, that means the pandemic is over and that we're safe and we're healthy and we can get back to our normal lives. But for now, a mask is good because it keeps your hands out of your face. Because when you put your hands in your face, you're going to feel the mask. You're going to say, oh, okay, let me get my hands out of my face. It protects you from germs that'll come from the outside, and also your germs don't spread to other people.
Exactly.
And also these masks, they're washable, and you can breathe them.
Yes, they're beautiful too.
Thank you.
So awesome. If you would like a mask or any of these beautiful fashion garments, please reach out to Samantha. And how can we do that?
The best way to reach me, call or text 916-410-1664. 916-410-1664. And we have a new website. It's called theunlimitedfashions.com. Again, theunlimitedfashions.com. And that's fashions with an S. And look at my Facebook page and you'll see my contact info, and you'll see more fashions, and you'll see more masks.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being on our show, Samantha.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Everybody, Tracy from T-Bone's Barbecue here. So as we are now exiting our 8th week of this wonderful COVID-19 stay-at-home, shelter-in-place, whatever you want to call it, I call it just insanity, being cooped up here with nowhere to go. Although there's some light at the end of the tunnel, some places are starting to open up. But now that the weather is getting better, a lot of people have asked me, hey, you know, I'd like to do some things for my family. I'd like to cook with my family and do some things. Weather's nice outside. What are your suggestions? Well, today we're going to deal with a real simple hamburger recipe. And not just a regular hamburger recipe, a stuffed hamburger recipe. So I have my 2 daughters here, Alex and Maddie, and they are going to make their burgers, and I'm going to go ahead and make a burger of my own. And we're going to show you how to do it and what the benefits are of doing a stuffed burger versus a traditional burger. So what we have here is this is what they call a hamburger press. They come in all kinds of different sizes. The small one here is for mini burgers, and this one here is more for your standard size, half pound, 3/4 pound, even quarter pound, just depending on how much hamburger you put in there. It presses it into the circles, and you can kind of see here as you press them down, kind of forms them, you know, flattens them out, makes them thin. They're going to cook a little faster, cook a little more even. But this press makes the hamburgers a lot more solid as opposed to just rolling them up in a ball and kind of smashing them with your hand. Get a little more uniform patty that way. So what I like to do is I like to make stuffed burgers. That's what we're going to do today. So this is Alex's burger, this is Maddie's burger, and this is my wife Kristen's burger. And I'm going to go ahead and make mine here on camera so you can kind of see how it's done. So as you see here in these hamburger presses here are smaller than these. There's a reason for that. So even though these are supposed to be for mini hamburgers, I use this because you have 2 different sizes. So you want to press one hamburger in this size and one hamburger in this size. And I'll tell you why in a second. So let's go ahead and start. And before we do this, my daughter Alex likes garlic salt. She went ahead and put a little of her garlic salt seasoning, as did Maddie, on their hamburger first, and that's a good idea. Go ahead and any seasoning you want to add on there, add that in there first, and then we'll stuff all of our toppings. So the toppings of choice today are shredded cheese, bacon, and onions. So I like to make a mixture for my hamburger. I like a little bit more fat in there because it keeps them juicy and it makes a more delightful hamburger. So we have an 80% fat just ground chuck here, and then we have just regular pork sausage. So again, you don't want to be too overboard. I mean, you could make a 1 pound hamburger if you want, but for today's purposes and for a little healthier eating and for my non-existent heart condition, we're going to go ahead and just do a regular size. So what you want to do is just go ahead and insert, you know, a good fistful there, right in the middle. Take our press, just press down until you feel resistance. There we go. Lift this up, and you see, you got a perfectly rounded burger, about the same size as those there, which is what you want. And set this off to the side. And now we're going to take our smaller formed hamburger press here. Same thing. Only on this one, we're going to throw a little bit of sausage in there, like this. Dice it up real good. Make sure it gets all moved around in there. We have a good combination of sausage and hamburger ratio. About 75-25 is what you're looking for. Go ahead and put that down in the middle. Again, you're gonna push till you meet resistance. There we go. Go ahead and lift this up. Take form. All right, now we have our second one. And as you can see, it's about the same size as those. What you wanna do here, you can take the back of a spoon or a thumb, like I like to use my thumb, and I just go ahead and just work my way around, making an indentation. Now here you want to be careful. You don't want to poke your thumb or your spoon all the way through this, because if you poke it through here and all your stuffing ingredients are going to fall right through and it's going to defeat the purpose. So go ahead and make a nice little cove there like this. I like to use my thumb because my thumbprint's about the same width as the hamburger press. So there we go. Now we have our indentation. So I like a little bit of bacon. Girls, you want to start building yours. Put a little bit of bacon in here. Put some onions. And a little pro tip, we went ahead and grilled these onions in a skillet for about a minute or two, just to kind of get them not fully cooked, but just browned a little bit. So they'll cook a little more even on your hamburger. Put a little bit of shredded cheese in here. Now don't be afraid to go ahead and go over the top of the burger. You know, stuff it real good. I like a lot of cheese. I like my cheese to melt through my burger. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover the entire top of this patty with some cheese. The nice thing about that is the cheese is gonna melt and gonna lock in all my toppings.
Yep.
And just for good form, I'm gonna go ahead and put one more piece of bacon right over the top. Okay? You guys good? All right.
Really overflowing.
Now here's the reason that we have a smaller one versus a bigger one. So you're gonna go ahead and put this bigger one right on top. And similar to how you do a pie crust, you're gonna kind of just mold that bigger one just over the top. And because it's bigger, it's gonna go ahead and be, the edges are gonna go over the smaller one really nice. So as you pick it up, you can kind of see that now it's kind of, this is your bottom one, this is your top one. So now what you want to do is you want to just go ahead and take that and just fold it over real nice. You know, press it together. There you go. Press it down. Just mold your edges again, just kind of roll it over so that the two overlap. And what you should be left with is something similar to this. See how it's kind of like a ball shape? Okay. And go ahead and take your hand and just spin it this way so you make sure your sides are all together. Okay. Oh wow, some big burgers. Okay. Now you see here on Maddie's how you can still kind of see the seam. You want to go ahead and just pinch that over like this so that your burger doesn't fall apart. You want this to become one solid piece of hamburger meat. There we go.
How did you roll that again?
There you go. And just go ahead and roll it side to side like this. Okay, and here's Maddie's burger. Mommy. Now we're gonna go ahead and take our press. Use your big press. So you want to flatten this out a little bit so it'll cook evenly. Again, press until you meet resistance. There you go. And lift that up. And now you have a perfectly formed hamburger. Your sides, everything's together. It's not gonna separate on you. So there's my burger. Do the same thing here with this one. Press this one. This is going to be quite a monster burger. Whose is this one? Oh, wow. All right. So everybody likes a little something different in their burger, so if you're doing multiple ones like this, make sure everybody knows to keep their burger separate. Maddie's got the idea here. She's pressed until she meets resistance. Go ahead and lift it out. Again, see on Maddie's burger, you can't even tell where the two came together. That's what you're looking for. Alex is going to go ahead and do the same thing. All right, lift it up, Alex, and make sure you don't have a seam where it's going to come apart. You don't. That's a really nice thick burger. All right,
Mine
so what we're
is
going to do now,
so big.
we have gone ahead and preheated our barbecue. It's at medium high. So we're going to go ahead and take this burger here. We've already sprayed the grill,
No.
so you can hear that sizzle. What we want to do is we want to sear both sides, get those nice grill marks. You can hear it. Just a few seconds there. And then go ahead and turn that over. There you go. it. Now, which one's yours, Alex?
That one's mine.
All right. Alex's we're going to keep separate because she did not want any sausage in hers. So we're going to go ahead and put hers right over there at the top. So we know it's separate. This is Maddie's down here. And we'll put Christian's up here in the upper left corner. And what this does too is this gives you room on the grill to move things around as they cook. There you go, just lift it up a little bit. Good, no sticking. No sticking. No sticking. All right. What we're looking for is an internal temp here of about 152 to 153. You want to pull them off at that temperature because they're going to continue to internally cook to about 160. That's going to give you a medium cooked hamburger, which is going to give you some pink. If you want a more well done, keep it on for about 155, 156. But remember, within about a 3-minute time period, these things will jump 6 to 7 degrees on you. So you don't want it to get away from you. So if you do want a more well done burger, extra minute on each side at tops, and then you want to pull it off. You don't want to burn it. So for medium, you're looking for an internal temp just in the low 150s. So we're going to go ahead and let these sit here. Oh, almost forgot. I finished mine off with a little bit of hickory chips. That's going to go nicely. Put that in there over one of the flames. And then close this up, and we'll check back on it in a few minutes. Okay, so our hamburgers have been on for about 12 minutes. We've turned them one time, make sure we get even cook on both sides. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our buns on. We're going to toast the inside of them just slightly. It adds a little bit of extra flavor to them. So what I have here, I just have some melted butter. I'll go ahead and just take a standard kitchen melting brush. I don't want to put too much on here because then it'll drip down your grill and you'll get a flare up and you'll end up having toast instead of a hamburger bun. So you just go ahead and just brush each side just slightly. It's going to give you a little bit of browning, okay, like that. And we're going to go ahead and put them together. Take them over here on our grill. I'm just going to put them down on the surface. Let those sit there for about 5 minutes or so, just so they toast a little bit. Pull them off, and they'll be ready for a hamburger when they come off. Hey everybody, we're back. So our burgers have been on for about 17 minutes total. We flipped them twice. Make sure that they cooked evenly on both sides. Just checked our temperature. They are exactly at 152, which is where we want them to be for medium. They're going to self-cook a few more degrees once we pull them off. Let's go ahead and pull these off. We've gone ahead and toasted our buns as well. Got some nice buns there with some nice grill marks. It's going to be real good. So we're going to go ahead and lay our buns out here. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and take one of these off here. That's right there on that bun. And if you're watching your carbs, you can also, in substitution of bread, you can actually take lettuce and create a lettuce wrap instead of a bun, which is really tasty as well. So we're going to go ahead and take these burgers off. Put those right there. You know, again, we added the sausage, so we had a little more fat content to these, so they cooked up a little dark on the outside, which is really good. You see they're still moist. See how tender and juicy those are going to be. There. Okay, girls. We'll have Alice and Maddie go ahead and dress their burgers. I'm going to go ahead and do mine. Again, this is a good activity for you to do with your kids. Go ahead and get all your condiments out and everything, and it's great because they can build their own burger. This way, it's not just a matter of you serving them lunch. They're a part of it. They're a part of the process. You know, it's a lot of fun cooking with your kids too. It's a good benefit for them to know. It's a good skill for them to learn early on to become more self-sufficient, and it's good for bonding with your kids as well. You get to learn a lot about their likes and dislikes and things you wouldn't necessarily know just from going to a traditional restaurant or buying takeout and bringing it home. So Alex here obviously likes a little hamburger with her barbecue sauce. Maddie's a little more liberal on her ketchup. We also have whole grain mustard and regular mustard because I like whole grain mustard. Which one's mine? This one's mine here. Funny how the chef gets the smallest burger. So we'll go ahead and just put a little bit there. There we go. Put that back. And again, you can also spread this right on the bun if you like. But we're going to go ahead and put it on the burger instead. Okay, and here. Which one is yours, Maddie?
That's mine. That's Maddie's. That's
Okay.
Mom's. That's yours.
I'm going to go ahead and pull Alex's off to the side here for demonstration purposes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put hers here. And oops, you guys didn't get any lettuce or pickles or anything. No pickles? All right, well, I'm going to add some to mine later, but let's go ahead and cut in this burger so you can go ahead and see just how nice this looks when they're stuffed. Again, these are all cooked to medium. Go ahead and cut this open here. There you go. You've got your cheese, you've got your bacon, you've got your little bit of meat there. Alex didn't have any sausage in hers, but if you had the sausage, you'd see a little bit of the sausage in there as well. A slight smoke ring on the outer edge, because we did have some smoked chips in there. And if you want to get fancy, your kids like pickles, go ahead and put a little pickle there, and a skewer. Put that in there, and there you have a stuffed hamburger that you and your family can enjoy. All right, you can find us on Facebook at T-Bones Barbecue, Instagram T-Bones Island Barbecue, or catch us on our website at tbonesbarbecue.com. Check us out next week where we show you more innovative ways to cook while we're all getting through this COVID-19 crisis. Talk to you soon.
Capes and masks, I only wear a mask. Does that make me a hero? I don't know. But I stay when everybody runs away. I stay at the front line. I won't leave your side. So if that's what makes a hero, I will stay when everybody runs. Yeah, if that's what makes a hero, I will fight until the battle's won. I won't stray or hide, and I'll stay by your side. I'll stay by your side. I'll stay by your side. And I've heard the news, and I am just as scared as you. But I remember why I fight when I look in your eyes. So if that's what makes a hero, I will stay when everybody runs. Yeah, if that's what makes a hero, I will fight until the battle's won. I won't stray or hide, and I'll stay by your side. 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 So if that's what makes a hero, I will stay when everybody runs. Yeah, if that's what makes a hero, I will fight until the battle's won. I won't stray or hide. I'll wear my mask with pride, and I'll stay by your side.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We are at war with a virus, and healthcare troops and first responders are on the front line fighting it every day. Let's join the fight by staying home. Staying home is not a retreat. It's the most brave and aggressive weapon we have against this enemy. Because when we do stay at home, we help prevent overwhelming our hospitals while buying time for our scientists to find the vaccine. And that is how we beat it.